Hey everyone, this is Aisha of Aisha Designed It, and welcome back to my channel. Well, today I am super excited because I am coming back here. Remember, my last video that I did last week was all about making a simple rhinestone for beginners. Well, today I'm going to be coming on here to teach you how to take that same rhinestone template and upload it into Cricut Design Space so that we can cut it out on a Cricut machine. I have a Cricut Explorer Air, so that's what I'm going to be using. And also, we're going to be using two different rhinestones. Remember, I did the 10SS or the SS10 rhinestones, whichever way you want to say it. And we're going to be going ahead and putting it on a black shirt. I chose a black shirt. I'm going to be using two different color rhinestones, and we're going to be pressing it. So I'm going to be showing you all of that. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, everyone. So I want to show you what you need in order to make your rhinestone template. First of all, you start off with your Cricut mat. All right, with your mat because you need something to put your flock on. Okay. All right. So you will need flock. This is the pink one. I think it's another color they may have also, but this is the one that I always use. You will need mask, and mask is somewhat like a sticky transfer tape type of material. If you use if you do Cricut and what you take the vinyl and put it on a mug or a cup with, the transfer tape. That is kind of what this is, but it's for rhinestones. Okay, it has a sticky back in here. All right, now what I have, this is optional, but what I purchased this from the Dollar Tree, and it's just a cutting mat. And what you do with this, you just take it, and once you're done with your rhinestone template, you just take it and place it on here, and I will show you what I'm talking about in a minute. All right, you will also need some of these rhinestone pickers. All right, and what this is just like a little it comes in, you can either buy these here. I got these from, well, one of my friends bought these for me. One of the ladies at work got these for me. And I purchased these two at Amazon. So all of these links will be in the description box below. All right. And all it is just, it has a wax. Let me see if I can focus. It has a tip here. And it's just like a little wax tip. And all it does is you just take it and pick up your rhinestones. Okay. It helps to be able to pick it up better. All right. And of course you will need, I have this little, I think it's called this is some type of brush. Okay. But what it is, I call it like a rhinestone brush because you can brush in your rhinestones, to get all your rhinestones into your, where it needs to be. Okay. All right. So of course you will need some rhinestones. All right. And I have the pink, the green, and the different ones right here. I love the Beaslin brand. These are the ones that I've used. This is the Hotfix Rhinestones, and these are the SS10s, okay? All right, I think I have covered everything that you need. So something else that I use in order to make sure my design is straight on my shirt, I use a tape measure. Now, this is not necessary, but, I just put that in the description box also, just in case you would like it. So this is what I'm talking about. As you see, I cut this design out, this rhinestone template. I cut it out on this flock, and then you take, this is the actual template. It says Leo girl. I am a Leo. And I just placed it on this cutting board here. Okay. So what this does is it protects it. Okay. And I did another one on this side. This one was for my daughter, birthday princess. And see, what I like about it, you can use both sides. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this. So let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, everyone. So I am here in Cricut Design Space. So now what I'm going to do, I am going to be bringing my rhinestone template that we made in my last video. If you did not see that video, I will be leaving it in the card section. So make sure you go and check it out. All right, so what I'm going to be doing, I am going to be taking that rhinestone template that I made, and I'm going to be bringing it over into Cricut Design Space. Remember, we are cutting out our template on in Cricut, on our Cricut machine. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go right here to where it says new project. This is over on the right hand side. I'm going to click it. All right, so as you see now, it comes up in this canvas. This Cricut design space comes up, and you see your canvas right here in this area. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I am going to go over to the left hand side. I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we're going to go down 9 of these icons all the way down to where it says upload. We're going to click it. All right, so as you see, upload came up. So what you do now, you go right here to where it says upload image, click it, and you can drag or drop, you can drag and drop your files, or you can browse to find your files. Okay, so if you've been following me a while, you already know that I like the drag and drop feature. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I am going to go and find my oh, I made it bigger. I was trying to make it smaller. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go find my design, because I took my design and I put it right here on my desktop. And as you see, this is it right here. So one thing I want to tell you also, I know I mentioned it in the video, the last video, but make sure you write down the size of your rhinestone template. So this size right here that we did in the last video, the love sign, the love template, is the height is 4.659, the width is 11.361. You want to make sure you write that down, because once you bring it over into the design space, when you get ready to cut it out on your Cricut, it must be the exact measurements, okay? And if it's not, then you need to make sure you know the sizing so that you can put it in Cricut design space. All right, so now what I'm going to do, remember, I'm going to drag and drop. So I'm just going to take my design from my desktop, my rhinestone template. I'm going to drag it. Let's see. I'm going to drag it. Okay, it went over in there. And just drop it over in there, okay? So let me pull it over so we can see. All right, so here it is right here. So now what I'm going to do, it says cut image. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on it. As you see, it's highlighted in green. So that means it's been ready to be uploaded. So I'm going to press upload right here on the right hand side. Click upload. All right, so once you click upload, it comes over into Cricut design space. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to click on it right here. Trying to focus. Okay, I'm going to click on it, come over to the right hand side again, and we're going to click on add to canvas. Okay. All right, so once we click on add to canvas, as you see, it comes up in Cricut design space on our canvas. Okay, so now, like I was telling you, make sure that your template is sized correctly. Now, one way you can tell if it's sized correctly is right at the top right here. It has the correct one. It says 11.361 and 4.659. It's because you want to make sure that this is correct. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and prepare our flock on our mat so that we can cut it. Now, you do not have to mirror this. Okay, do not mirror it. All right, so let me show you how to put your flock on your mat. So another thing you will need is some scissors, because you want to cut your flock, because you got to prepare your flock in order to go over on your mat. Okay, there's something on it. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my mat and I'm just going to place my flock directly on my mat, just like so. Okay, so you measure everything to just place it on your mat so that when you get ready to put it into your machine, it will cut. And you put the paper side, let me show you. This is the paper side. You put the paper side facing down on the mat. We're into Cricut design space. So now we just want to make sure again that our measurements are the same. Always recheck or double check, okay? So now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and make it. So what you're going to do is go over to the right hand side, click make. All right, so as you see right here, it comes up on this canvas, okay? So what we're gonna do is go ahead, we're gonna look over to the left-hand side. All right, as you see, I have it on a 12 by 12 inch mat. And remember, do not mirror it, okay? Leave mirror off, okay? All right, so now you come down to where it says continue and you press it. Always make sure that your Cricut machine is set to custom, okay? So now I'm gonna go right here to where it says set base material, which is number 1. And as you see, these are like some of the main things that I cut, okay? And right here it says rhinestone flock. All right, so as you see, I have mine on rhinestone flock. So the pressure, where you see pressure, I always use more, okay? Always use more, and this is just to make sure that the actual the little the template or the rhinestones, where the rhinestones will be placed, cuts all the way through, okay? So now you come down to where it says load tools and material. Just check and make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be. Now, what I recommend is that you go and check your blade. Make sure that your blade is sharp, because if you do a cut and the blade is not sharp, then it won't cut all the way through, okay? And you may have to start over. So one way you can make sure your blade is sharp is to take some aluminum foil and to ball it up and to take your blade and just stick it down into the aluminum foil. As you see all these little holes here, that's where I've been sharpening my blade. Another thing that you can do, which I have linked in the description box, is just go buy you some more blades. These were very reasonable, okay? And I had to change mine out. I used one of these, and your blade will look like this, okay? And this is the blade part here. Okay, let me see if it'll focus. All right, this is the blade part. So you just take it and just push it down in your aluminum foil, okay, to sharpen it. All right, so once you sharpen your blade, go ahead and let's go ahead and okay, make sure everything is correct. Put it on more. So now what you need to do is you need to go and load your mat. Okay, so let's go ahead and load our mat. So here is my Cricut machine right here. And here is the blade. The blade should be in clamp B, this area here. So let's go ahead and load the mat in. So I'm just going to load it in here. And as you see, this light is flashing right here. Okay, so make sure your dial is on custom. I want to show you that. Okay, so this light is flashing right here. So that means to go ahead and press this right here so that it can pull the mat inside your machine. Okay, so let me show you. Go ahead and press it. And as you see, it pulls it inside the machine. Okay. So once it pulls it inside the machine, it has a flashing C right here that lets you know it's ready to be cut. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to press it. All right. So it's going to go ahead and it's going to cut our design out for us, our template. Okay, you may can see the little circles right there, which is where your rhinestones are going to go. So we're going to go ahead, let this cut out, and once it's finished, we'll be back. So now my rhinestone template has been cut. So it's flashing again for me to remove it. So I'm just going to press it. All right, so let's go over here to my desk and see what we have. Another thing I wanted to tell you about is I use this tray. Now this is a tray that I had for my twins when they were smaller, and I used to put their plates on it. Now it's super easy and convenient for me. Now these came from IKEA, but I will be linking some in the description box because I'm sure you can find them on Amazon. Also, if you would like to use these also, now this is what I'm going to be putting this template in and doing my rhinestones on this one. Now, y'all, don't be frustrated because a lot of times when you take it off of your mat, you know, there can be a lot of the little dots where the rhinestones, just like this right here, that is left behind, and you can get frustrated. So don't get frustrated, okay? We're going to go ahead and make sure this is done right, okay? Don't get frustrated because it takes time when you're learning, and especially with all these little dots and things like that, but it's okay. It'll work out. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go ahead and take this off the mat, and we're going to see what we have, okay? So see, this is what I'm talking about. Now, the first time I did my rhinestone template, I did not have any of this. You know, I didn't have any of these dots or anything left over. So I don't know if it was the flock. Actually, the flock that I had a different type of backing. Now, this one here, I have to see if I have some more of that because I really love that flock. But when I ordered this one, they sent me the one with this backing here. This is the paper backing. So maybe that's you know, the reason. But another thing you will need, let me grab it, is a roller. Okay, I forgot to show you this. This is actually a brayer. Okay, now what a brayer does, you can just take it and just rub it. And a lot of times, this right here will help to get any of the little dots, you know, so it can go ahead and just, you know, pull it up like this. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and pull everything up. Okay, and as you see, all of this is left behind on my mat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this and put it to the side. Okay, so what you see, I have some extra flock left. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors and just cut my actual template that I'm going to be using. Just cut it. Just make sure I don't cut. I'm going to cut down here. Just make sure you do not cut the actual words. So I can save this. Okay, this is extra flock. I can save that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take mine and I'm just going to take the just remove the this flock off of here. Okay, off of the paper backing. So let me see. This is what I do with one of the mats. I mean, this tray that I have. I do it like this and press it down so that any of the extra little dots or where the rhinestones will come off. Did you see how that did? So what I do, I just press it down. Okay. And a lot of the extras will come off. So that helps me a lot when it comes to getting these off. And I know so many people do certain ways when it comes to getting this off. But whatever works for you. Okay, whatever works for you. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take this backing off. I was just trying to show you how I get mine off. I'm going to take this backing off. And see, one thing about the backing, you see how it leaves this on here, but you just have to be careful to not pull your actual the little circles, okay, little dot circle, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove this. Okay, so let me show you better what I was doing. Okay, so I take mine and I just press it down. Just take like a little end and I just press it down to remove any of the little dots that may have still been on here. Okay, even if I have to take my brayer and just do like this. So this is what I was telling you about. All right, so this is my rhinestone template that we made together. Super excited. It's so beautiful. Like I said, it took me a while to take the little dots off, but I got it done. So that's why I say it may be a little frustrating when you first start, but just keep going because you will eventually get it. All right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it and put it on my tray like I told you I do. Now, different people do different ways, but I put mine here on this tray and I'm going to just press it down just like so. Now, I showed you my rhinestones. I used the beadless rhinestones. Now, they are linked in the description box below. So I told you I was going to do two different rhinestone colors. So I'm going to do pink, of course, and I am going to do these super cute crystal ABs. All right. So now what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to do the pink first. So just pour it out. Okay. Just like that. And what I'm going to be using is my brush. This rhinestone brush, well, I call it a rhinestone brush, but I think it's like a painter's brush or something. This will be linked in the description box below also. So I'm just going to take it and just brush them in. And I'm trying to cover up the heart so won't any get into the heart. Okay, so you see how I'm doing them? Just brushing them in. Okay, so if I was doing the entire design in pink or whatever color you choose, then you could just brush it, you know, just like this, all the way down. But I'm not going to do all of them in one color. I'm going to use two separate colors, so that's why I'm doing it this way, okay? So let's go ahead and, all right, so we're just pushing the rhinestones into the L. Just making sure that no other rhinestones get into, yeah, one got into the heart. Okay, so I think I'm just going to, I just took that off. I'm just going to make sure I don't get any rhinestones over there. You can cover it up if you want to, but I think it's best for me to do it this way. And just brush them in. I'm going to take the pink and first of all, I'm going to look over the L to just make sure that I got all of the rhinestones inside the circles, which I do see some did not get in there. So now this is where your rhinestone picker come from. I'm going to take it out. And I'm going to use this is the wax part here. So I have some that has been turned over. So I'm just going to take them and place them back in to the location that it's supposed to be in. Okay, so, and you can also use this to flip them over. But what I do, I normally just bring them down to here and just pick up some new ones. All right, so just go ahead and rub. I'm going to use the pink for the L, the V, and the E. So you all see what I did, right? So let me show you how to use your rhinestone picker. So when you have some the holes here that needs to be filled, or the circles, this is what you do. You see that rhinestone on the picker here? You can just take it and place it directly where you want it to go, okay? So this is how you do this. Just take it, place it. Take another one, place it in the area where you want it to go. Super easy. All right, everyone. So as you see, I have finished with my pinks. I have did the L, the V, and the E. And so what I did was just go ahead and just pull my pink rhinestones over here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to open the bag up and just slide them in here. Now you be careful because, you know, you don't want to drop them. So what I do is just take it and just pull my little, just go ahead and just push them over in the bag with this brush. Okay. That's to get everything back in its place because I don't want to mix my pink and my crystal AB together. So that was easy. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go back and get my little rhinestone picker and just go back just to double check to make sure that there's no double stones. And I see one right here. So I'm just going to remove that one. Just put it there and get that later. And just look around at your stones to make sure that every rhinestone is in one of the circles, okay? To just make sure everything is looking good. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my crystal AB and I'm just going to put the crystal AB, make my heart the crystal AB, the crystal AB color. So I'm just going to take it and pour it out here. And these crystal ABs are so beautiful. As you see how they sparkle. I don't know if it shines on the camera like it does in person, but it is so beautiful. And all I'm going to do is take it and just brush it into the circles here in the heart, and just make sure I don't get any over in my other design. So this is how I'm doing it, if you can see what I'm doing. And of course, when you're doing rhinestones, you have to be patient because it takes a little time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this one, I'm going to brush it down here to the bottom like I did the others so that I can go back and look at it. And then I can go back and add in what needs to be added into the circles. See if I have any double ones. I see one here, so I'm just going to take this one and place it where I don't see one. And the ones that's turned upside down, you can take them and flip them over, or you can just put them at the bottom and get another one. That's what I normally do. We're going to press it on our shirt. I have my heat press already heated at 400 degrees for 60 seconds. And I am going to be using a Gildan shirt, y'all. I absolutely love Gildan. I have tried to use other shirts, but I always go back to my Gildan because Gildan is the shirt that I first started with. I first started doing my Cricut, doing Cricut over on my event channel. I started my event channel back in 2018, and one thing about YouTube is that, you know, a lot of people tell you you have to know your niche and everything like that. Well, I was over there, I was trying to find my niche. So I was doing everything. I did tablescapes, which I absolutely still love. I started out with tablescapes, then I went to start doing my Cricut. Then I started doing I was cooking, I was doing prayer time, not prayer time, but Bible study. I was doing motivations because that's what I love to do. And what else did I did? I did something else over there. And I ended up staying with my events. That became my event channel because I started doing events, tablescapes, weddings, anniversaries, things like that. So that's what I continue to do now. So when I started learning about sublimation, I put a few sublimation videos over there, but I had started this channel before I actually started making a video because I used to do shorts on this channel. And one day I was like, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and make a full video. And when I did over here, that just started, you know, I just started putting my videos over here when it comes to sublimation and crickets and Cricut design and all of that. But you know, when it comes to doing your Cricut tutorials, the Cricut machine still can be used with events because I did balloons also. I'm a balloon artist. I can do balloons, so I would take my Cricut machine and make different things for birthday parties as well as doing the balloons. So that's pretty much how I got started. And if y'all hadn't went over there and checked me out, you can go and check me out at Event Decor Designs by Aisha. And that's where I started my first YouTube channel back in 2018. So I've been on YouTube a while. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just looking over the heart just to make sure everything is looking good over here. Make sure all of the designs is down. I mean, make sure all the rhinestones are down, and make sure all of the rhinestones are in, the circle have a rhinestone, because I see one right here that I missed. So just always look back over it. There's another one, because they're easy to miss if you're not looking. You have to really look. And don't tilt it so, because I did that one time, and yeah, I had to start all the way back over because all my rhinestones fell out of my template, and it was not fun. But I was determined to do it, so I had to start all the way back over. All right, so just look at it, make sure everything looks good. Now there's another pink one. There's a pink one there that came out, so that may be where this pink one came from right here. So I'm just going to place that back. And everything looks pretty good. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our mask. Once I clean this up right here, we're going to take our mask and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. Let me show you the shirt that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using my favorite, which is Gildan. This is a black shirt that I chose to use. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, this is the mask that I was telling you about. Like I said, it's just like transfer tape, itself is used for rhinestones. So I'm going to make sure that it's going to be wide enough as well as long enough to fit my template. Okay. And I see another rhinestone that I need to get off of here before I take my mask and put it on here to get. So one thing I want to talk to you about while I'm removing this is that this mask is reusable. So make sure that you save it. I'm going to show you how to do that because I have reused them often. Just to make sure, always check back over your design even before you press it, because once you press it, it's pressed, okay? So now what I'm going to do, this is the mask I was telling you about. I'm going to take it and I'm going to peel it off. So I still have some of them little dots on my nails. All right, so just go ahead and peel it off. And like I said, it's just a sticky backing right here. Okay, so you can peel it off. Just don't let it stick together, because if it sticks together, you're going to have to get another piece. It's very hard to try to, you know, take it loose. So now what I'm going to tell you is that once you put this mask down, you have to make sure that's where you want it, because once it goes down, you cannot move it, because once you put it down, it grabs the rhinestones. Okay, so now I'm going to look back over it again. I'm looking over it. Everything is looking good. Every circle have a rhinestone in it, and I don't see any doubles or any stacked on top of each other. When I said doubles, I mean stacked on top of each other. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to take it just like this. I'm going to fold it up just like this. So you see my hand? Fold it just like this, just like a taco. All right, we're gonna say a taco, or you can go, you know, either way with it. But we're gonna go this way. So what I'm gonna do, all right, so y'all watching? I'm gonna take my fingers and I'm gonna put them at the very tip of this mask, or this mask here, okay? Because once I drop it, I have to let it go. So what we're going to do is take it, place it over the design, just like this. And once I drop it, okay, so I'm going to place it down, place it down, place it down, place it down. Boom. All right. I had to let it go. So now what I'm going to do is come in here and just press it down. Like I told you, you can have your brayer here, but be careful because you don't want to mess up anything. So I just normally do it with my hand. Just go and just press it just to make sure each one of them are in the where it's supposed to be, because you want everything to look good on your shirt. And I have two right here that I need to kind of move over. And you can move it over with your finger if you need to. Just be careful with what you're doing, because I see some here. Once I laid it down, they kind of shifted a little bit. So you can just take your finger and just move them back in the correct spot where they're supposed to be. So that would need to go over some. This one here needs to go over, because once I press it on my shirt, I want it to be right. You want to make sure you do everything correctly. Okay, so I'm going to press it down with my hand just like this. All right, y'all. So we're going to go ahead, pull it up. So once you pull it up, make sure all of the rhinestones come up on the mask with, you know, on here. See, I had one that didn't, so I'm going to lay it back down and just rub my finger over it for it to come up. Okay. So for some reason, it do not want to come up, so I'm just going to rub it. And just peel it slowly. So some of these in the heart didn't want to come up. So I'm just going to rub it and just continue to go back and peel them up if they don't want to come up. And go slowly so that you can see what did not want to come up. And like I said, you can use your brayer, but be careful with it. I don't know why this rhinestone don't want to. This rhinestone must know it's about to be heated on my shirt. It's like, Let me see. All right, I'm gonna have to take my brayer in and go over gently to see if that's going to work to pull it up. No, let's see what I want to do right. Okay, so now this one didn't want to come up. Sometimes you have to really press on it so that it will come up. So I'm believing all of the rest of them will come up so that we can go ahead and get this done. All right, y'all. So go back, look at your template, make sure there's no rhinestones left. And this is how it looks. Y'all see that? All right, so now we're going to go over here to the heat press. I have a Better Sub 15 by 15 heat press linked in the description box below. I absolutely love it. Have it set at 400 for 60 seconds. So let's go and press this on our shirt. All right, everyone. So now I am over here at my heat press. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my shirt. I am going to go ahead and place it on my heat press. So I like to go ahead and make sure everything is lined up. Do not forget to lint roll your shirt. Have your lint roller, and go ahead and lint roll everything to get any lint or anything off of your shirt. Just check again before you press it to make sure everything is like you want it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take it and place it on my shirt. everyone, so now I have the template the way that I want my rhinestones, as you see here. So make sure you put it on the way you want it on your shirt. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and press it. I have it at 400 for 60 seconds. Make sure the pressure is a pretty good firm pressure. You don't want it too firm. That's not even closing. All right. So let it go for 60 seconds. All right. So now we're going to open it. Put on my heat gloves. Open it up. You see that smoke coming off of there? All right. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and peel it. And it's hot, y'all. So make sure you have your gloves. Y'all, this is so pretty. Those crystal AB stones that I was telling you about, they are absolutely gorgeous. And they kind of look like they shimmery, but they look green a little bit. You can tell they change different colors. All right. So now what I always do, it's up to you. Like I said, everybody do things different. I am going to do a second press. That's what I do with my shirts. So I have this Teflon sheet. Just going to, some people may use Teflon sheet, some people don't. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cover my design just like this. And I'm going to press it, do a second press, okay? This just makes sure that everything is adhered down. This is, again, just what I like to do. I'm not going to let it go for the entire 60 seconds. I'm not going to let it go for the entire 60 seconds. I'm going to let it go for about 20 seconds, which is already at 20 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it. Just going to pull it up. Okay. All right, let me give you a closer look at this shirt. All right, y'all, so I wanted to give you a closer look at this bling. Absolutely gorgeous. This is the love shirt. Again, this is for the Valentine's edition. I made this for Valentine's Day. A simple rhinestone template turned into this gorgeous design on a black gilded shirt. This is so beautiful. It's going to look really, really good for Valentine's Day, actually any day, because we're supposed to show love every day. Let me go ahead and try this shirt on and let you see how it looks. All right, everyone, so here is my t-shirt. All right, we made this rhinestone template together. So you see, once you put the rhinestones in it, it looks absolutely amazing. Do you see how it looks on here? Do you see how it looks on my shirt? Absolutely gorgeous. As you see, I did this one, the L, the V, and E in pink rhinestones, and the heart I did in crystal AB. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This template will be in my Etsy shop. I do have an Etsy shop, so make sure you go and check it out. My Etsy shop is linked in the description box below. I will start having rhinestone templates there. I have other SVG and PNGs that you may be interested in over there. I also have a Shopify site. I'm still working on my site, getting some shirts and things uploaded, but you can go over there and check it out. I would have the Valentine's shirt. This is the Valentine's shirt. I will have it over on my Shopify site soon. I will also have it listed on my Etsy shop. All right. So I hope that you all have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. Make sure you share this video with your family and friends. And subscribe to my channel. This is a place where we learn and we grow together. I hope that you all have an amazing day. And I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.